We're just moments away from this one. 16 winners from the 25 races we've had so far. The final green flag waves at the back of this field of over 30 cars on the streets of Sydney Olympic Park. And we're underway here for the final time in 2015.
Very even start off the front row. Tressiter's got his hands full. He'll be stuck on the outside. Mid-pack, he started at a 10th. Black, very defensive down the inside. So far, so good.
So it's Woods who'll pick up the lead. Scabaris in second position there in the 68 machine. Been very impressive this weekend. We jump on board with Griffith. He's buried a little bit further down the field here in 8th position. And this is where all the action was over all of the 3 races we've had so far. Drivers trying to cut their way through the field. Stevenson, he doesn't want to be doing too much of that.
Gave it the old James Moffat treatment.
Did he what?
Wore it a bit better than Moffat's Ultima.
Tough cars, aren't they? These Aussie racing cars. And now that's Adrian Flack on the inside. You can't go too wide through here and expect to get through safely.
Oh, Griffith just feathering that throttle. Saw Quinn have a nasty crash through there with the rear wing missing. Fast part of the racetrack. Tressiter to the inside. But impressive move. That's a great little opportunistic move on the inside of the Dr. Inc car. Got it done.
Makes the move up from karting this weekend with the help of Scott McLaughlin over the course of this year. And now finds himself inside the top 10 almost, as down the roller coaster. To turn 9 we go. Duckworth slamming the door shut down there at turn 9 on Smith, who won a race earlier this year at Highlands Motorsport Park in New Zealand. Back on board with Griffith.
Sequential shifted with your right hand. Shift lights in front of his face as it revs up.
Screaming 11,000 RPM on the straights here. Pulling well over 200 Ks an hour on the main straight. There goes one mirror. Don't need that. Through they come to complete lap number 1. So Woods searching for his second win of the weekend. Scabaris second, then Carr, the man who qualified on pole position. Then Ubergang, Pingle, Duckworth, Smith, Black. Back to Griffith and Ben Walsh in 10th.
Man, Woods was so late on the brakes down there. Tressiter up behind Walsh. Whoops.
Stevenson
kept it out of the fence just.
What if that car might be a little bit hurt after mounting the curve down at the turn 2, 3, 4 chicane? This is Thompson, car 72, back in 17th position.
Western Sydney Motorsport, racing in Western Sydney on a weekend where a Western Sydney boy got crowned the champion of the V8 Supercars.
Paid out well, hasn't it? Down at turn 5 they come. Been very impressed with Blake Scabaris this weekend.
Something's flapping, sorry Matt, underneath Walsh's car.
Okay, we'll keep an eye on that.
It might have actually been Griffith's car.
This young.
You guys swapped spots.
That was very late, very cheeky.
Got the job done though. Worked.
Sneaks ahead. Down to turn 7 and 8 they come. There's Duckworth. Pingle, we haven't seen much of him this weekend. Oh, this is an angry pack. Angry pack heading down Dawn Fraser Avenue.
Will be 3 wide over the bumps.
Oh no.
Rear's locking. And they've actually done a really good job at sorting that out. Pingle's probably on for the championship here. They sort the points out at the end of the event. Yeah. It's the only category that does that. And as a result, it's really hard to know exactly where you need to finish to wrap up a title. But if he finishes it where he is, the man from Lockyer will surely get the title. There is the move from Young, just really late.
Cheeky, that's for sure. But it paid dividends. Looking at what we'd see right now, that Pingle has fished ahead of Stevenson all weekend long. Be hard to see him lose it from this point. As we start lap 3, so it's out to half a second. Pingle pulls out to make the pass on James Duckworth. The RDA breaks number 10, and we'll get it done easily here. Or not. He fought back. That was cool.
Just went later on the brakes, didn't he? Teenager in the RDA brakes entry is now under fire from a few different guys.
It's like the formation racing here.
Yeah, flat. Might be able to pick up 1 or 2 spots as a result. Backs out of it. Clever. Pingle takes the curbs. Oh.
And that's Simon Smith in a 95 that's hit back this weekend. Haven't seen much of him since New Zealand. We go back to the leaders. So Blake Scabaris hanging tough here in second position right now. You got Carr in third and Ubergang, who could actually get second in the championship. He's ahead of Stevenson. He won't catch Pingle. Through they go. This tricky corner to stay off the curbs. Except for Craig Woods on that occasion.
The curbs come up to about mirror height and these things are daunting around this track. Kind of like running around the Gold Coast a little bit.
cars squirming their way down to turn 9. Nick Scuberis has got the better of the two cars at the moment. Woods had a lot of drama at Phillip Island, had a very slow engine, and they were compounded by some front brake issues, especially the left front brake on this car. They've obviously corrected those issues, doing a great job out in front here at the moment.
Cool thing about these motors is still carburetted. It's a motorcycle engine, so a lot of the time when you're down on power in a straight line, you've just got your carby settings wrong. I know that was James Duckworth's problem at Phillip Island, just wrong jet size. It's all about how you apply the fuel and air mixture in these motors. It's no EFI, the computer doesn't do the job for you. You have to tune them. Pretty old school way of going racing. And if you get it wrong, you can lose horsepower. And obviously with big long straights here in Sydney, that's something that you need to worry about. Good battle, this one.
I think if you got it right at Phillip Island with the cold air, we'd have down here, it'd make plenty of power, but today...
That's the difference, you know?
Yeah.
It was like 20 degrees there and another 10 degrees ambient here, much higher track temperature. Humidity plays even probably more of a factor.
Saw Tony Quinn on the screen just before we make to this shot. He's 19th at the moment. Hasn't been the greatest of weekends for the Quins. It's down to turn 5. The leader's just starting to disappear from third place man Peter Carr right now. And Adam Ubergang still hanging there in 4th. Then it's a long way back to Smith, Duckworth, Pingle, Flack, and this is about everybody else.
Tressida on Flack. And gets a really good exit in the Camaro. Flack has to cover him. It's a fast left-hander off camber. Tressida's there. They rub, and Flack goes out and into the fence. Oh, that's a bad spot to sit. Get it moving, Adrian.
Oh, there goes Walsh, and now they're going to stack up. Chamberlain, nowhere to go. Hasn't hit anybody. This is Scotty Taylor.
Hopefully they're seeing the yellow flags down there. Oh, that was tight. A few guys getting around. But that was Haber who did a really good job missing all of them in the 99.
Walsh gave him... Sorry, Tressler gave enough room going down the inside there, and then Flack, it just shows you how quick they are and how on the edge they are through that corner when it drops away on the outside, and that's big damage to the 20 machine. Watch this, heading down to turn 7 and 8. It was better from the high above shot, but watch down here. He's committed, gave enough room.
Ooh.
I don't know if there was contact.
Oh, I think there was.
Oh, then Walsh.
Two cars out of the same team end up in the same fence. That's heartbreaking. Let's have a look. So Kell is up to the B pillar-ish. Definitely there. They rub. Oh,
shows the lightest touch.
It's hard, you know. I mean, oh, that's a big impact for Walsh too. Chamberlain doing a good job. On one hand, you can say, okay, you know, Kell's being super aggressive up the inside, but how many drivers do we see yield that position when they know they're going to be in the outside there? Adrian wanted to roll the dice.
Oh, Walsh.
That's a big impact. Those two cars out of the same stable. All right, here you go. Was there contact?
I don't reckon there was.
Oh, maybe not. Maybe not.
Nothing to suggest on the outside of Flack's car on the left rear.
Dirty side of the racetrack, marbles out there. Tried to hang on to it. Oh, no, that's the horrible feeling for Walsh. Got nowhere to go. How's Adrian's response?
He's had to fence the car rather than running into him. He did anyway. He's put out the Lexus RCF safety car down at turn 7 and 8. He's jumped out of his entry. Lexus RCF safety car pulls away. It's up to Scuberis and Woods. Woods on the inside, the Sinclair Ford. Green and black Mustang.
Last lap of the championship. And it's off a double file restart.
And I don't think it's over yet either. Here they come.
This is going to be huge.
Hold on. 27 cars about to take the restart for 3.4 kilometres on the streets of Sydney Olympic Park. And we're back underway for the final time in 2015.
Good restart, Shivers. Woods one to the outside, which is an interesting move because he's given the inside run down here for Shivers and a big run from Smith to make it 4 wide down at turn 1. Shivers the big loser. He's going to get pinched in between a couple. Great restart for Woods. Smith gets knocked back into the middle of the racetrack, but this is where it's going to be on at the end of this straight.
Same 2 for Carr. He made up 2 positions now. Scuberis on the defensive here with Smith all over the back of his car. Here we go, down to the chicane.
That's tight. Young on the curbs gives Ubergang some room. Bit of respect shown between those two. Ubergang rails it off the curb. And Young gets up the inside on approach to turn 5.
Somebody give.
There, Ubergang has to. Young sideways. Gets the fence.
too much heat, and it's going to be okay. He'll fight to the end.
Oh, Tressida barreling his way through.
And Pingle, who almost went off the track as well. Look at his championship rival right on his tail.
Griffith hit someone in the background, and Skibberus just gives Smith a bit of room to work with. Dawn Fraser-Ave, last time, half a lap remaining in the 2015 season. It has been frantic.
Down they come, the roller coaster. They're squirming under brakes. Everybody on the limit. Move again, sixth position. He's dropped back a couple of spots now. The second of the Sinclair Ford entries down the inside.
No!
Upside down. It's Young. And Ubergang with front end damage to his car.
Ubergang can get this thing home. It's left-hand drive so we can see.
Can he turn it though?
Keep your foot in it, Adam. You're on for a top 5.
Meantime, Woods is going to win the final race of the year and does it by a car length to the finish. Carl gets second. He knows he's won. It's still onto the line. Dead heat.
Not there.
Duckworth got to 4th. Ubergang will get 5th. Unbelievable finish.
Adam Ubergang with half the car hanging off manages to squeak home for a top 5. And there's a good sign. Young's door opening up after being upside down.
Oh, what an impact it was. The exit of turn 10.
That was huge. Both guys getting out. And Young just needing a moment to take a bit of a breather. Yep, he's a bit sore.
Not surprised. And they didn't make it to the checkered flag. They're down by about maybe 400 metres to the finish line. Check this out, coming out of turn 10. So Skiberis clips the wall and Young nowhere to go. Up and over.
What happened to Ubergang in that one? Where's Ubergang's contact in that one? That was a nasty shunt. No wonder Trent Young saw.
Wow.
I've got a feeling I know where that hurt too.
Well, in all of that, here's the results, the top 10. Craig Woods from Peter Carr is only half a second in the end of the final race of this year's Aussie Racing Car Super Series. Smith in 3rd, Duckworth 4th, then Ubergang, Kel Tressida to 6th. Over the pace to Thompson in 12th, down to Alan Smith, Harley Haber and Lee Bowler in 20th place. And a couple of casualties towards the back, including Blake Skiberis, Trent Young, Adrian Flack, Ben Walsh and Chad Chapman, who failed to take the start in the final race of this year's Aussie Racing Car Super Series.